What's going on? It's I Love Your Visuals, back with another tutorial, and we're going to show you how to edit music videos in the trap. If you haven't, subscribe to this YouTube channel, man. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, turn on the post notifications, make sure you tap in every time I drop new content. Let's go ahead and get right into it. So right now we got a music video which is in the trap. This is a this is like a run and gun. You know what I'm saying? It's basically what a run and gun is just basically like, you pull up, you shoot at the location that's given, and you kind of just go off what they give you and you go off what you see. So when you're shooting a run and gun music video, you want to make sure, first off, when you shooting in general, make sure that your camera is shooting at 60 frames per second. Whatever camera you're using, it could be Sony, Canon, whatever. I think mostly on Canon you might want to shoot 24 frames per second, and same thing with your timeline. But if you are shooting at 60 frames, which gives you that extra resolution, you bring it into your timeline, which is this right here, and you set the timeline as 24 frames per second. So I'm shooting in 4K 60 frames per second, so just to give me that upper edge and quality, and then I bring it to the timeline as 24 frames per second. So at the beginning of the song, you want to make sure like you got a lot of B-roll. It could be like him playing with his chains. Make sure you get with the artist and you or people around him, film his build, or what I'm saying. Just for example, a lot of stuff that I have going. I got the police car going by, got the police leaving out, got the sign. Just always make sure you have B-roll just to add more to the video, just in case you want to kind of skip a couple scenes and you don't want to. You basically don't want all of it to be rapping. You want to just show everything that's going on at that particular area, especially if you don't have much to work with. Just find something to film. You know what I'm saying? It could be like this, like a watch, her counting money, or I don't really like the scene. It was a little grainy, didn't have a lot of lighting. I didn't bring my lights, it was just too much, and I was the only one there, and I had to have the clients carry my gear. So you got another one, him climbing the goal, just stuff like that, just like little stuff, jersey, whatever, whoop de whoop. And we're gonna show you how we put it together. So this is just a build up. I'm not gonna probably talk too much about it because I'm putting it together. But if you have any questions, what I'm saying, or concerns, or you might find something a little bit difficult, like as far as like what you see, what I'm doing, you just got questions how I do such and such, just drop comments below, and I'll give you some insight, or we can just talk through email, Instagram, however you want to do it. And for your build up scenes, you want to make sure there's slow motion. So I'm using Final Cut Pro. I use Premiere Pro as well, but Final Cut is just what I always use. So I'm gonna hold shift and hit B at the beginning of the clip, and I'm gonna slow it down to about 70%, just to give that smooth slow motion feel. It's gonna start like this. It's a little shaky right here, so I try to find the smoothest part, which is gonna be that, no shaking at all. And usually, I'm handheld on this, so it's not gonna be the smoothest. I recommend a stabilizer, but sometimes I just handheld everything. And it's a little shake right there, so it's just gonna cut that scene. I don't usually color grade the stuff at the beginning. I worry about that last, but what you could do on Final Cut Pro, if it's the same type of lighting and day settings, you could, like, I already color graded this, so I could just hold Command C and just kind of copy and paste up here. I'm saying, I gotta of course touch it up a little bit and probably brighten it up just a little bit. I still want to keep my shadows and stuff like that, but it's pretty much, it's gonna of course copy the audio being up, so I'm just gonna turn it down. So next, when I copy this and I add it to the next B-roll, it's gonna be the same type of lighting and color tone and stuff like that. If you would like me to do a tutorial on how to color grade, just like I said, drop comments below, and I can get into that as well. Next B-roll, it's building up. I'm just building up the song right now. So this is usually how I edit all my videos, like B-roll. Make sure you get a lot of B-roll all the time. B-roll, B-roll, B-roll. Even if it's just standing around for, never have a dull moment where you're on your phone, because that could be B-roll that you could be getting for your music video. I just wanted to pull out just a little bit more. I'll show you what else we can do with this to make it even more cinematic. So another tip, listen to the song, listen to the beat. There was like a little bing in it, like this part right here. That dun dun. So I listen to the beat, so I know when to switch the clip to. So you gotta really listen to for certain sounds. Like it could be a bass hit, or it can be a nice little ding noise, like just then, and it'll just let you know when to switch the clips. But honestly, it's however you want to edit it. The more you change your clips, the interesting the video becomes. You don't want a clip like a rap clip to be like 30 seconds. You want to change it every 15 seconds, honestly. Every 10 seconds. But it's going to be time consuming, but it just depends, honestly, like how the scene looks. If it's like a straight motion shot, like they're walking and stuff like that, or it's like an opening scene, or there is some kind of choreography going on, then yeah, you can stretch that scene. But if it's like run and gun like this in the trap, no, you want to keep switching the scenes because there's no need to keep that scene that long. You know what I'm saying? So we're still building up. And let's see. I gotta get his neck. And again, just slow mode that as well. Like I said, copy and paste from this. I already color graded that, and I just kind of applied to the rest of the anything that's dealing with this type of daylight and setting. Go in and I touch it up, just add a little darker tones to it. And we're gonna slow mo this down. Actually, I could speed ramp it, but I'm not gonna speed ramp nothing. Like that's just a lot of work for real, for real. And I don't want that clip to last too long. Like I said, you don't want stuff to last too long. Certain B-rolls, you just want B-rolls. You only really want them to last like 5-10 seconds. And I didn't get that much B-rolls, but I can B-roll certain clips, like of them rapping. Just use that as B-roll too. Like if you're shooting a run and gun video, music video, focus not only on the artist, but you can. I say run that set again, that same shot, but even during the first shot, make sure you're focusing on other people. Zoom in on people just dancing or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Anything that could add spice to the video. Like, just say for example, let's just find some. Say like that. You got him throwing up his gang sign. I'm trying to find. Right there. Him throwing the money. That'll be that'll be one. So you guys make sure you just find focus on certain individuals, and that's just more B-roll. I didn't get as much B-roll as I should. I ain't gonna lie, I had a busy day that day. I had like 3 damn shoots. So let's see if that's actually slow mode. That's not. And hear that bing noise again. I'll pull it back just a little bit more. Alright, so and like I said, we're still building up to the song just until we get to the actual. Oops, that's actually zooming in. Now I don't have that many B-rolls, so I don't want to exhaust my B-rolls. So certain parts I might just leave it blank and have the title. Like first my director name, then the title, and then the song comes on. But it's about to come on right here. I actually can do the title, my stuff. I'm just scoot this B-roll back just to buy my. And what I mean by this is, let me show you. Usually, you know, if you want to save some of your B-rolls, where is it? There it is. So just go ahead and throw that in there. So, you know, that's, you know, after this, then the title comes in, then the scene. So now we're going to get the scene. With Final Cut Pro, you can either sync the scenes or you can line them up yourself. I've been lining them up myself for years, so that's why I continue to do that. So I just find a point where that song starts. I hit M on my keyboard on the timeline where the music starts of him rapping. Hit M on that, and then I just kind of line that section up with that beat. And there you go. I just leave that mark and I line each clip up to that mark. Like I said, copy and paste the color grade that I already gave the clip. And I'm just going to, you know, adjust it just a little bit more to my liking. And definitely want to make sure the skin tones are pretty good. Don't want to make it, I don't want to crush the blacks. But it looks pretty good so far, so. And we're going to move on to the next clip. Same spot. And that's a little dark, like the blacks are a little crushed. Let's crank up the highlights probably. I'll probably leave the highlights as is. You call yourself that glizzy name and you ain't banging. Why you speaking on my name? Telling everybody I've been sending shower. Like I said, make sure you find if you're using Final Cut Pro, just mark the timeline of the audio and it should be good, and just find that point as soon as you start rapping. Premiere Pro, you can just sync the audio. You can drag everything from each clip of him beginning to rap and the beat start, and then just pretty much auto sync it to the audio. But you know, I'm using Final Cut Pro, so it's a little bit different. That's a little dark. I can't copy and paste that, and as you can see, it's a little grainy because the lighting isn't that best, and I don't think I have my 1.4 lens for this situation. So what I'm gonna have to do is actually go in and color grade it myself, and if it doesn't come out right, that's just gonna be a scene that I'm not gonna use. And you have to honestly be ready to accept stuff like that some scenes are just not gonna come out like you expect them to come out. But we're gonna see what we can do with it, honestly. Like I said, I don't want to, you can't, something like this you can't really tamper with too much because you know, the setting, how it looks and stuff like that. But I'm gonna play with the hues and the saturation, see if I can change some stuff around and make it come out a little different than expected. And try to make the trees and stuff orange, but you don't want to play with this last one because it's gonna change the skin tone. But it's not really coming out like I want to because It's a grainy look at the end of the day, but stuff something like this you can play with just a little bit and make it come out good, but chances of that it's not going to, like I said, it's not going to still look like how you want it to look. So I probably have to turn up the shadows, bring down the mid-tones, and of course I got the saturation up on the mid-tones. Probably have to bring up the masters as well. I'll probably just keep that clip anyway, but I'm not going to use it as much. So the second one below is this one right here is basically like same setting, because right after we shot that one we went to the basketball court, so I can apply the same color effects to this one because as you can tell, the time of day is changing. I didn't have lights, so right now I am just color grading it to my best abilities without losing the appreciation of the quality and stuff like that. So I don't want to crush any colors, but I still want to make it look cinematic at the same time and still make it look presentable. So with this, we did another clip like that, same area. I can apply the same color LUTs, maybe. It's a good chance. Alright, so as you can tell, this is I had to turn the brightness up just a little bit on that. Let's see if we use anything else today. We got, let's see, 16, 14, 13, 16, 14, 13, 7 we didn't use. So turn up the mid-tones. And 12, right? I could have sworn we had one more basketball court scene though. 24, is that in there? It is. 30. That's in there. Alright, so this one right here, we had lights. So, well, I had lights the entire time, but I just felt like it was more appropriate because it was getting darker and it was too far from my car to even grab my lights. So I just figured, since now we're by my car, let's bring out the lights. So now we're going to color grade it with the lights. I only brought out one light, I believe. I'm actually in the process of ordering some new lights, so it's going to light the subject up even more. Not like the lights I got, they do good justice, but they don't light them up like I want. So just got to keep investing, honestly. That's the name of the game. So I don't want to really crush anything here. I really want to keep everything look as clean and natural as possible. Alright, cool. So we got that going. Now we gotta this probably ain't gonna come out as good as these. I mean, that's just something that's a given. Yeah, and a cameraman that every shot is not gonna be the best shot. And to some people, they might think, hey, this is a great shot, and you might say, hey, I don't think it's a great shot, and that's just something that us cameramen go through, and it's okay to feel like that. It's okay to go through something like that. As long as the client is satisfied, then hey, you did something right. But if you see room for improvement, then it's something you should work on. Let's see. Wait, it's a lot of scenes, but it's a good thing that we got a lot of scenes. But it's a lot of scenes. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's see, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. God damn. Sorry. Alright, I think that's about it right there. Now we're gonna shorten that up. Got all the clips together. Cool beans. This scene could bend a little bit better as well, but it is what it is. So now we're about to get into editing the video. Bet. So I'm gonna pick my first cleanest, smoothest scene, which is basically like the daylight scenes is what I like. After every verse, I switch. So I probably say the basketball scene when I actually put him on the go. That one guy. Nah. Let's see. Why you call yourself that glizzy name and you ain't banging her? And boom. Cut that. Why you speaking on my name? So you hear that bass bump? That's what I'm gonna switch it to. There's just a lot of ways you can edit a video. I usually like to edit to the beat, but like I said, that's very time consuming as well. And right here I can just guess scenes. But I'm not actually gonna guess it. I'm actually gonna put this before we throw the gold one up. Like I'm standing. It actually beat right there as well. So this is what editing to the beat might come out to be like, and I actually got to extend this clip because I cut too far, it seems like. See, it just adds more, like, to it, But something like this, like a trap video, you want to switch the scene as much as possible. But so you can extend it. That's really your choice and your preference. So right here in between now, I can throw a B-roll just in case, just to get through the video just a little bit better. And you can throw some effects in it as well. But there is a glow effect, but I'm trying to figure out how I will go about it. I think I gotta mask it. Let's actually give it a shot. That's a whole different tutorial, but you can kind of just go back through the video and just look at what I did if I get it right. So we're gonna mask this, just this little area. And then right now we're gonna add the glory effect. Just gives you that nice glow. Actually, this is my first time doing this shit, so it's pretty cool. And let's bring down the feather. Doesn't do anything, but let's see. Actually make this mask a little smaller, just so it doesn't, like, the outer edges doesn't poke out. And you probably have to keyframe something like this. So yeah, I'm gonna keyframe the actual control points and transform to yeah. Alright, here we go, frame by frame. And just move it. Click on the inside to move it. Every 2 frames, just move it. Or just keep it in the center of the watch, honestly. Boom. It's gonna look something like this. And to spice it up even more, you could add, a nice little glow to it as well, just to give it that extra shine bright. I think the glow amount just goes only to 100. So yeah, and then boom. Well, you just learned. So I learned something today. I hope you guys learned something. So that was a nice little cool glow effect. So that's one B-roll that I can throw in there. And excuse me, we're gonna add another one. And I'm not gonna really speed ramp none of this, because usually I do speed ramps, but I'm a little too tired to do speed ramps, so I'm gonna slow motion everything. And let's see, let's go to wheels. Shadows, maybe. Shadows really play with the black, so I think that's decent. And like I said, shift B and then extend this little bar out to about 70, or you can go a little. The more you stretch it out, like the percentage, and it drops down, like the number is at 70, the more you drag it out, the lower it gets. So I usually keep it at 70, 75. And as soon as that beat hit, then I let the scenes come back in. I'm rapping about 5 more scenes in, then 5, 6 more scenes, and then B-rolls. And you can actually slow mo that down too, but I might just said I wasn't gonna do it, but I'm gonna speed ramp it. Speed ramps, you want to go about 3 frames in for the fat. Like if you're doing a fast, I usually do fast, slow, fast. So about 1, 2, 3 for the fast, 1, 2 for the slow. Shift B, 1, 2, 3 for the fast, 1, 2 for the slow, 1, 2, 3. Wait, 1, 2, 3 for the fast, and then there you go. So fast, slow, fast. And then drag this in, push this out. Just keep drag this in, push this out, drag this in, and push this out to about and probably do another one like that. Let's close this out right quick and actually pull this right over there. So I think that's cool because he's tapping his head. Let's actually get the guy on a basketball goal climbing up there, so we can go ahead and throw those scenes in there. Let's see. And we're gonna copy and paste that color effect. And the beat hit like 3 times over here, so we're actually gonna make it switch according to the beat. And we're gonna slow-mo that down. A lot of slow-mos, a lot of B-rolls for your trap running guns. Alright, so got those 3 rolls on that, 3 B rolls on that beat hit. Since they was zooming in on that part, I'm not going to actually switch it on a beat drop. So with this, since I don't have much to work with, I'm going to switch to the beat each and every time. And the more you switch your scenes, the better the video comes out and the more it keeps the audience attention. Let's see, the stabilizer went out at that part, so we're probably gonna skip some of them scenes. And I know there's a couple parts with the lasers and the guns. Right, the guns, gotta look for them shits. That was pretty dope. Just like I said, little stuff like that you can catch on the scene that will actually make the video even hard. I actually want to switch that fast. I think that's gonna be a good switch. And like I said, make sure you switch the scene as frequent as you can. And we're actually gonna delete him clowning on the go since I already just caught him on the go. And let's see what else we got. And that's a nice little scene. Her count her money. So it's just a little nice wait till we get to the 1 minute mark so I can show you guys what I got going. And what stabilizer we'll give it out a couple times here. So let's see if I can find some parts in here. Like you want to find some kind of parts like where you can kind of like make a B-roll out of it. Seriously, like if you're not really working with much. Like I said, if you're shooting in low light, just make sure you boost up the highlights and excuse me, and the exposure to make the best out of your scenes. So right now we're just doing a speed ramp on this. And are we at the 1? Nope, still not at the 1 minute mark. Also, man, if you haven't, make sure you go check out my website. I have Lightroom presets up there that you can use, add any photo that you want to use, and automatically give you that look. I am going to be uploading some I just added a bass bump effect for Final Cut Pro users. Going to start putting some up there for Premiere Pro soon. I guess when I get these projects out the way. Fuck. Once I get these projects out of the way, I make a tutorial and actually customize some effects for you guys to use for Premiere Pro as well, not just Final Cut. I'm well diverse in both software, so I think it'll be better for each editor user that's Premiere Pro, After Effects, or Final Cut. But I haven't got to it yet. Just give some time I get to it. But like, yeah, make sure you go check out that pack in my store, man. The link will be in the bio. Yeah, check it out, man. Definitely help you in your editing. Bass bump effects is the best thing you can use. So something like this, I can just gotta go and get them, gotta get them out of, gotta go and get, gotta go and get them. Oh man. Gotta get him out of town. I know, tell him he gotta get him out of town. Oh shoot. I know, tell him he was scared, boy. He thought that we was funny. And now we're at the 1 minute mark, and so yeah, this is how your trap video will look. Make sure, like I said, you switching clips frequently. Make sure you have a lot of B-roll, and make sure you're adjusting your ISO and your shutter speed, man. If you're shooting in a broad daylight outside scene, make sure if it's like super bright outside, make sure your ISO is at 100 or 200 if needed, and make sure you play with your shutter speed. Shutter speed and ISO, they go hand in hand together. So if it's too dark, then you need to boost your ISO and turn down your shutter speed. If it's too bright, you need to turn down your ISO and crank up your shutter speed. You know, that's how it works. Too bright, lower your ISO, crank up your shutter speed. Too dark, lower your ISO to 100. Usually you want to keep your shutter speed, your shutter speed at 100. If it's too dark, keep your shutter speed at 100, ISO at about 800. Shoot, even, I don't know, 2500, depending on like if you got any lights. If you don't have any lights, you're just going off natural lights, then yeah, 2500, 3500. But if you have like ambience lights, like street poles and stuff like that, then you want to be wary of boosting your ISO. It's going to make your footage grainy. But if you know how to color grade, then it should be no problem. But I also drop a link below for some affordable lights going for like 125, lights that I use now. But I'm actually about to grab some tube lights. You can drop that in the description as well. Tube lights is going to be my next grab, and other lights, so on and so forth. You never can stop investing in this type of craft. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and play this video back and let you guys see how you edit a trap music video. Make sure you got B-roll in the beginning, and then the scene. Switch, beat. Another thing before I end the tutorial is, if you're using Final Cut, they have transitions where you can use the flash. Now I know Premiere Pro doesn't have that. I'm going to make a preset that you can use for Premiere Pro if you don't have the flash effect. So it's already built in Final Cut. So basically you just kind of shorten the transition just to give it that nice switch every time the scene change. I usually like to do it on fast switches. Like, you see it's a lot of cuts right here, so I add all the lights right here, and also one right here. So Uh-oh, it's not playing. Oh crap. Just gonna close it right quick. Alright. You ain't banging why you speaking on my name, telling everybody I've been sending. Why you speaking on my name, telling everybody I've been sending. If I was sending shots, I'll walk you down, make sure I hit you on your fucking top, nigga. I've been cooling with that gang fucking top, nigga. I've been cooling with that. Stuff like this, you can add like film overlays on it, just to, cause it's like a dull moment. So you just want to add film overlays over it. So just add to the video. You don't have to add too many effects, but add just enough. Walk you down, make sure I hit you on your fucking top, nigga. I've been cooling with that gang. Call out what's her name. He gon' slide him cooling with that gang. Call out what's her name. I'm actually gonna stretch these transitions because the scene was a little longer than expected and didn't switch fast. Call out what's her name. He gon' slide and bust your brain. I won't say his name. I've been sipping on that drink. Clutching on that thing. You gon' hit me coming like Denzel on that train. And I put it on the 6. I be throwing another 6. He gon' pass me the stick and I'ma blow him in his bitch. Telling Quan to calm down. I can't calm down. Gotta go say his name. I've been sipping on that drink. Clutching on that thing. You gon' hit me coming like Denzel on that train. And I put it on the 6. I be throwing up that train. And I put it on the 6. I be throwing up the 6. He gon' pass me the stick and I'ma blow him in his bitch. Telling the 6. He gon' pass me the stick and I'ma blow him in his bitch. Telling Quan to calm down. I can't another 6. He gon' pass me the stick and I'ma blow him in his bitch. Telling Quan to calm down. I actually add some other transitions in here too. You can add smoke. I think it's in. I bought this a while ago off Pixel Film Studios for Final Cut. It's a great place about Final Cut transitions. I could have sworn I had smoke in here though. That's crazy. Let's be going. I can't believe it's going. Just cool little transition to put in there. But yeah, like I said, subscribe, like, turn the notifications on, man. This is how you edit a trap music video for beginners, man. You in the trap, you with the bad guys. Don't know what to do, you don't have much scene or much stuff to work with. Maybe you're skilled in this and you still lacking in that side. Make sure you got a lot of B-roll, filming everything, their watch, their hat, their shoes, kids walking by, grandpa chewing his tobacco, don't matter. Capture everything. Okay? Shoot as many scenes as possible within the time frame that you give them. One set location, as many scenes as they need within that time limit. Some people say 4 scenes. 4 scenes is not good enough. I'm sorry. I don't care what you're charging them. It's not good enough. The more scenes, the better. Get you a big SD card, 125 gigs maximum. And make sure you clean your computer out as soon as you finish the project and they approve of the project, and wipe that memory card from that day. You know what I'm saying? If you're using Sony, be careful doing that, because if you shot something the same day, you're not only going to wipe that scene, but you're going to wipe what you did after that too, because it's all going to be pertaining to that date. But if you're using Canon, I don't know how that works, but if you're deleting it on your computer, which is another easy way to do it, make sure you just find all the files pertaining to that particular shoot and delete it, so you can create more space, because like I said, the more scenes, the better. Again, it's your boy, I love your visuals, man. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you turn on post notification. Hit that like button. Don't dislike. Why? I don't see the reason. Peace.